explain you people about the IC engine heat balance sheet problem number 2. That procedure to calculate the IC engine problem with the for heat balance sheet I have explained already in the one, and now also I will explain the same. Please, if you have any doubt, you can refer to one and then you can proceed to the second one. While practicing this one, you have to be there with your notebook as pen and your calculator. You have to calculate yourself. Problem statement is like this: test on IC engine, single cylinder 4-stroke cycle oil engine. The following observation were made. Okay, the bore diameter is 30 centimeter, stroke is 45 centimeter, the duration of the trial is 1 hour. Okay, you have to keep this one very important top point. It is for 1 hour. The fuel consumption is 9.04 liters per hour. Total revolution made, 12,000. Calorific value of fuel is 45,000 kilojoules per kg. Mean effective pressure is equal to 6 bar. Net brake load is equal to 1.47 kilonewton. The brake drum diameter is 1.8 meter. Diameter of the rope is 3 centimeter. Mass flow rate of the water in cooling jacket is 550 kg. Water enters at 15 degrees Celsius and leaves at 60 degrees Celsius. Exhaust gas temperature is equal to 300 degrees Celsius. Mass of air consumed is 360 kg. That is, all these are taken for 1 hour. You want to convert that one into the second. Whatever you will get that you divide by 3600, then it will be converted into kg per second, liters per second. You want to calculate indicated power, mechanical efficiency, heat balance sheet. You want to draw the heat balance sheet. This problem was asked in the VTU 2001 and December 2013. Twice this problem was asked in the VTU examination. That's why we are solving. Once if you understand this kind of problems, very easy to understand remaining things. Pause the video and then note down all the given. The given is very important is the duration. The duration is given, 1 hour duration is given. Next, you are taking the diameter is equal to 30 centimeter, 0.3 meter. How to calculate this one into the meter is 30 divided by 100. It will be turned into 0.3 meter. And stroke length is given 45 mm. That means 45 means 1000. It is not 45, 450. It is supposed to be the 450. So this is supposed to be the 450. Then it will be turned out into the 45 meter. See, in examination, if they are not given even the stroke, you can assume L by D ratio is equal to 1.5. They will give. Sometime if it is D is given, you can calculate the value of L is equal to 1.5 into diameter. In this problem only the same. If it is 0.3 into 1.5, then it will be turned out into 0.45. Next, you have total revolution is 12,000 per hour. You want to convert this one into the RPM, not per second. 3600, don't put 3600. 12,000 divided by 60 only. Don't put 3600. Don't put this one because it is turned out into the RPM, not for second. Next, calorific value of the fuel is given. Usually it is while in the problem you want to take solving the problem, you want to take 45,000 into 10 to the power of 3 joules per kg you want to take. Next, brake drum diameter is given 1.8 meter and then rope diameter it is given 0.03 meter. Amount of fuel consumed. See, amount of fuel consumed, how we will going to calculate? Let me explain this one properly. This is given in terms of the liter per hour. Okay, 9.4 liter per hour. You want to convert this one into the what? kg. If you convert this one liter volume into specific gravity, then it will be turned. Since it is oil engine, that it is given 8.4, that is specific gravity of the oil, that is diesel specific gravity is around 0.84. They won't give in examination. You want to know because you are mechanical engineers, and then you will going to design many engines and all, then you okay, specific gravity of the diesel is 0.84. The mean effective pressure, it is given 6 bar. So you have to calculate, turn this one into the Newton per meter square, 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. And then inlet temperature is of the gas is 20 degree, exhaust is 300 degrees Celsius. So mean effective pressure you got 6.5 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. And then water inlet temperature TAWI is 15 degrees Celsius. Water outlet temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. And amount of water consumed is 550 kg, that is 550 divided by 3600. When you calculate this one turned into kg per second, that is 0.175. And next is air inlet temperature is 20 degrees Celsius and air exit temperature is 300 degrees Celsius. It is given in the problem itself, but air inlet temperature is actually not mentioned. You want to assume this one to the normal temperature pressure NTP, that 20 degrees Celsius. Usually people will take 25 degrees Celsius. 20 or 25 you take whatever you want, but in my problem I took 20. Okay, if they are not given, you can take, you are free. This is the engine. It is consuming the amount of heat energy from the high temperature reservoir. It is equal to heat energy it is supplied, and then it is rejecting Q2 according to the Kelvin Planck's statement. And then W is equal to Q1 minus Q2, that is work. That amount of work done, this is the work done, it is equal to indicated power. Amount of work developed inside the engine cylinder, that is what is called the indicated power. See, you are supplying the heat energy QS, and then it is developing QW work, and then remaining thing will be get lost to the air, water, radiation, unaccounted. All these things will be accommodated as that one turned into the Q rejection, and then it will do some amount of the work, that is BP, brake power. Heat loss to the sink. What are the heat loss? Heat carried away by the water, heat carried away by the exhaust gas, and heat loss due to the radiation and unaccounted heat. Indicated power. The indicated power, already I mentioned you people that the indicated power is the actual power developed inside the engine cylinder. So this is the internal combustion engine. You have the engine like this. This is the indicated power IP. IP will be like this, that is indicated power is equal to PM L A N K divided by 60,000. What is this K? K is equal to 1/2 for 4-stroke diesel engine, a 4-stroke engine, whatever diesel or petrol, and then K is equal to 1 for 2-stroke engine. Okay, that mean effective pressure, stroke area of the cylinder. This is the area of the cylinder. Piston will be like this. Already we have explained this one, area of the cylinder. This is formula. K you got 1/2 pi d square divided by 4. Already you have the diameter. The diameter it is equal to 0.3. Therefore pi into 0.3 square divided by 4. Something value you will get. Note on these values. Put all these things in the formula. This turned out into the 31.84 kilowatts. 31.84 kilowatts. Similarly, you have the effective radius. Effective radius means, see here, you have a brake drum like this. You have the rope. You are calculating the load here. This is the diameter small d. This is the diameter big D. Therefore, up to here, what radius you want to take means up to here you want to take the effective radius or effective etc is equal to, see, this is like r, this is supposed to be the small r, then r plus small r is equal to r effective radius. This r is d by 2, small r is small d by 2. Therefore, the effective radius is equal to d plus small d divided by 2. Torque, radius you are getting, you put the values. R is equal to 0.915 meter. Torque is equal to 1.47 into 0.915. Brake power, and then brake power is equal to 2 pi nt divided by 60,000. So you can put the values. You put the values, that is 2 into pi into n is what you are in 200. Torque 1281 divided by 60,000. Brake power 2 pi n t divided by 60,000. Brake power you are getting 26.84 kilowatts. You please note down all these things. You make a table like this. Earlier only you make the table as you observed in the first video. You please make a table. You must write BP. You want to write IP, BP, frictional power, heat supplied, it's loss due to water, gas, and last one is unaccounted. Whatever you get, you please write down in kilowatts. You won't get confusion in the end. You can solve easily. Side by side you please note down. You have frictional power, you know formula for the frictional power, it is equal to IP minus BP. So this value you got. Amount of heat energy supplied that you want to calculate, that is equal to mass of fuel. Mass of fuel, it is 0.000219 kg per second, and the calorific value is 44,500 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So you put there here, and then you will get the value. You will get amount of heat energy supplied, you will get this. Therefore, see here, this is the engine, amount of heat energy supplied to this one, this is the amount of heat energy supplied to the engine, and then IP, indicated power developed inside the engine cylinder. Therefore, the brake power will be available at this shaft. Power available at the flywheel or the shaft, it is so called as what? Brake power. Then your brake power, it is equal to 26.84 kilowatts, and your frictional power, it is equal to 4.98 kilowatts. Amount of heat energy supplied, this will be turned into heat energy supplied, it is turned into the Q rejection. This is the Q rejection, and then another one is W or indicated power. Again, this indicated power will be divided into brake power plus frictional power. Indicated power, put the formula 31.84 divided by 98.1, you will get 32.456. Brake power, BP divided by heat supplied. Brake thermal efficiency, indicated thermal efficiency 26. You calculate properly. Same thing you want to put in the heat balance sheet also, where in the amount of heat energy loss in the IP and FP and all the things you want to put. Next, BP by IP, mechanical efficiency, and brake specific fuel consumption. What is this? Again I will explain you guys that the brake specific fuel consumption is mass of fuel consumed to develop unit kilowatt brake power in 1 hour. Therefore, this will be kg per hour. This is kilowatt. Then total unit is kg per kilowatt hour. MF by CV, MF, this is the thing you can calculate. 0.29 kg per kilowatt hour. Heat carried away by the water, that is mass of water, Cp of water, TW minus T TW naught. You put the values. CPD of the water is 4.187 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. You put all the values in this equation. You will get mass amount of heat energy carried away by the water. Next, similarly, amount of heat energy carried away by the exhaust gas. So Cg Qg into mass of gas, Cpg into Tg naught Tgi. So you will get a Cp of gas. It is not given. You want to assume this value to be 1.005. So it is a 1.005. You want to put this one. Keep in your mind. You want to get this one in terms of kilowatts. That's why it is supposed to be 10 to the power of 3. Okay. Next, brake power. You want to this is heat balance sheet. You want to calculate. See, heat balance sheet you write down as usual. Brake power, frictional power. See in examination, in some books they are given directly indicated power. I have split brake power and this frictional power. That's why you please note down this one and then this one both, and then heat energy supplied, and then this heat energy, whatever the heat energy you are supplied, it is turned into these things. One is already explained, that is indicated the brake. One is brake power and plus frictional power that we wrote here. Okay, that we wrote here, and then loss QW, QG and unaccounted. These things we are writing here. Radiation, due to the radiation we can't do here because some measuring devices are very important. That's why we are that will be comes in the unaccounted only. You please note all the values here, and then this column is like this. This column is like this. Brake power divided by heat supply. Okay, brake power divided by heat supply. This is frictional power divided by heat supply. For this, how much amount of the heat energy supply consumed for brake power, heat loss, all these things you put here, and then it is calculated 100%. You are keeping this one in terms of the kilowatts. If it is asked in the examination for kilojoules per minute, how you want to do? Next slide we can see. Pause the video, completely write down this heat balance sheet. Now we can see to the kilojoules per minute. What to do? Earlier it was with the kilowatts. Whatever you have in terms of the kilowatts, you multiply this one by 60. Then everything will be turned into the kilojoules per minute. See, kilowatts means it is kilojoules per second into 60. If you multiply, then it is kilojoules per minute. It will be turned onto the kilojoules per minute. Therefore, remaining thing you please note down all these things. Everything are in terms of the kilojoules per minute. Then take the percentage. Same percentage will come. Logic. Okay. This is the end of the problem. Thank you. Please note down properly. Next problem is, after the test on single cylinder 4-stroke oil engine, the following data were recorded. Cylinder bore is equal to 150 mm. Stroke is equal to 250 mm. Area of the indicated diagram. It is given 450 mm square. And the length of the indicated diagram 50. And the indicator spring reading is 1.2 meter. Pressure of 9.806 Newton per meter square. Engine speed N is equal to 400 rpm. Brake torque it is equal to 225 Newton meter. In early things what they used to give the brake load in terms of the Newton and then radius. So then it is given Newton meter. No, but here they are directly giving the brake torque. Okay. Next, fuel consumption is equal to 3 kg hour. Calorific value of the fuel is equal to 44,500 kilojoules per kg. Cooling water flow rate is equal to 3 kg per minute. Rise of the temperature cooling water is equal to 42 degree Celsius. Compute the mechanical efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, specific fuel consumption and heat balance sheet. You please draw the heat balance sheet for this one. How to solve this one? Let me explain you guys. And this was asked in VTU examination 2002, last very world problem. Anyhow, 8 years back problem, even it is very important, very easy. Only the key point is that here they are not given the mean effective pressure to you guys. Okay, how to calculate mean effective pressure by using these things you want to see. Remaining thing you can do on your own. See, diameter, stroke, everything are given. Amount of fuel consumed, that is 3.57 liters per hour. The ton, this you calculate per kg per second. Speed of engine, you write down speed of engine. Rise in temperature of water, TW, that is directly they are given 15 degrees Celsius, that's all. That is TW not minus TWI, they are given directly. Therefore 3/60, this one. Okay, next, these things you know very well. Indicated power and mean effective pressure. The indicated power, it can be calculated by using the indicator diagram area, spring balance reading divided by indicator length. Indicator diagram length. The formula is going to be like this. This is the indicator diagram will be like this. This will be done by using the planimeter. The planimeter will be attached to the flywheel by special arrangement, and then that will give the indicated diagram. In that you can find out the what indicated power by what mean effective pressure. How you can calculate? You please note down all the, already you are note these values. You please put in this formula. That's all. You will get the mean effective pressure. Once you get the mean effective pressure, you know how to calculate P mean effective pressure. All these things you know how to calculate. Okay, you can calculate. This will be turned into kilowatts. So these are all the things you can calculate on your own. New indicated thermal efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, brake power, mechanical efficiency, brake specific fuel consumption. These things you know. Heat carried away by the water, heat carried away by the exhaust gas, and then this one brake power, frictional power, heat carried away by the water. Heat here not given the heat carried away by the gas, don't bother. Okay, then finish off the problem. Thank you one and all for watching this video.